Hello, my dear Capricorns. This is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hey, my friends, how are you doing? I hope you're all safe and well. This is, of course, your reading today. We're going to have a look into your current situation, the higher view over your situation, and what you can do to help yourself. I already got a little bit of a feel for your energies before I turned on the camera, and I also received a written channeling for you. So the written channeling was talking about changes, you're undergoing changes, there are transformations that are happening, and then it was so weird because I had such a resistance to doing this reading because I was like, I need a rest, but I also need to do the reading, and I'm full on in your energies, okay? So it was just like, wow, there was such a resistance, and I was just like, no, and I was like, oh my God. And then as I was setting up the cards, I was like, wow, this is just not coming out the way I wanted to come out. And then, of course, your energies, right? Or at least one of your energies here who needs to hear it. Something is not coming together, and I'm just like almost exploding because, you know, I don't know, it's just like loaded energy for some reason. Like I could almost feel like little sparkles of energy like coming off of me in that sort of a sense. In like pissed off mode in a way, if you will. And then and then all of a sudden it worked out. I was like, oh, okay. It was so easy, and it really worked out, which was amazing. Okay, so now let's have a look into your energies, my dear Capricorns, and see what wants to come through for you here. Okay. What wants to come through for my beautiful Capricorns? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, spiritually connected Capricorns, please. Current situation, higher view. Thank you. Wow. What else? Oh, this one. Yeah, of course. Okay. You have as your first card out the World. 21. This is about the changes and transformation. I feel like you're coming out of this whole cycle completely transformed. There's something about sacred geometry as well. So really being transformed in your core, Capricorn, I want to say. So really a change, a transformation that is transforming you to your core. Moth to, oh no, sorry, you know, the caterpillar to the moth, or the caterpillar to the butterfly, however you want to identify yourself. There's a lot of energy that's around you currently too, which could make you feel a little bit ungrounded, I want to say. Although you probably know how to ground yourself, Capricorn, being an earth element and everything too. But there is this element of being a little bit up in the air. But look how happy she is in this card, right? So she's definitely happy. She's in good spirits. And I would say that's you most of the time too. I'm also being drawn to more energy. There's yet more energy to come in, and I don't know if it's like planetary constellation or what it is, but this is pretty crazy, and all of a sudden I feel like my mood is changing, which is good. So some of you may have also been like in that state which I described earlier, caused by you know, by a lot of what's it called, a lot of high energies, a density of energies, like accumulated energies, I want to say, that cause you to be a little bit on edge. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here for you. But this is like super, super positive because a cycle is coming to an end here for you. And the end is really positive. Like I said, this one, no. No. Any of these, no. 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 Let's put them like this. No, no, no. Interesting. None of these. That's interesting. That one card even flew out, but it wasn't for you. Interesting too, because now the energies are completely different because our setup here is clear again. And that's exactly how the reading started out, because I had to do my cards again. I had to get organized again, and I had to get a feel for the space that we're working from right now. So, yeah. And that's what I'm feeling here too. You know, starting something new and starting to get the feel for it too. You may have recently moved, or again, things have changed for you in some way. You may have started a new job, something like along those lines where you have to reorient yourself. And it may be a bit of a more difficult start in the beginning because you have to organize yourself and you want it to go a little bit faster is what I'm feeling here for you. But trust, you know, the whole process. Like, if you can, don't push it too much. But then again, when I pushed, it kind of started to resolve itself, and it was just like, oh, it worked out after all. But the whole build up to it was almost like a little bit unnecessary, so that the anger that was coming up was almost like a little bit unnecessary. I could have done without it, if that makes any sense. No. Yes, I knew it. Wow. You have the Empress, another major arcana here for you. This is incredible. I still have to work on the lighting. Sorry about that. The Empress, which is amazing. It talks about, you know, hugely abundant, amazing stuff. She's very relaxed here too. She knows what's coming. You know, she's going to have a child, but she's really good with it. You know, she's very in a peaceful kind of a state of mind, I want to say, and in a very content kind of a state. So that's what you can definitely expect here if you're not already in those energies, Capricorn, depending on where you are. But this is also a card that talks, again, of a lot of abundance, a lot of success here, because, again, the world talks about it, the Empress talks about it, and two major arcanas. So this can't be ignored at all, is what I want to say here for you, Capricorn. I think, like, the goodness that is coming in for you is something that absolutely cannot be ignored, nor would it want to be ignored here. Excuse me, this one, no. This one, no. Interesting. This one, yes. Queen of Cups for you. Highly intuitive, of course, with the Queen of Cups. Something emotional is going on here. I want to see come into calmer waters. That's what I want to say here. Coming into, and I feel, yes, my whole body, my whole nervous system is relaxing. Maybe after a phase of really a lot of turmoil, maybe also in the financial sector, maybe living situation. Again, lots of changes could have caused some sort of a turmoil in your nervous system here, Capricorn. And now it is time to come back into calmer waters, to really, you know, take a breather. Finally, that sort of a feeling. Finally, it's happening. Finally, I found the perfect place to live. Finally, I have this job that I really love. Finally, I've met the friend group that I really needed to surround myself with. Finally, that partner is here. Something like that, somewhere along those lines, maybe all of those combined. But she's very receptive, let me just say that. Highly intuitive, very receptive. She has her emotions in order. This is a really nice feeling in the stomach. And again, I feel like I can relax. Some of you, if you're, you know, because often stress is causing something within us. Either we're eating too much, or we're eating too little because we can't, or we're eating too unhealthy during times of stress. So I feel this is coming back into balance again as well, which is nice. What else for Capricorn, please? What else do we have for the sweet goats? Here we go. This one, yeah. Okay. So I feel this is what we already discussed and talked about with the Queen of Cups, what I already picked up on that energy, which is you're going to find soul tribe. You're going to come into remembrance. There's also the connection to the stars that's highlighted here, that you all come from. So a real connection with you know, soul bond, soul family here. Sorry, I had a little interruption. What I was saying is soul tribe. There's definitely a clear indication of soul tribe coming together, like-minded people, just like yourself. And this is the coolest thing, because I feel it has to do with this transformation that is happening, because when all masks drop and you are really who you are supposed to be, who you came here to be, watch all of the other things fall into place. And I feel, again, it's coming after a phase of discomfort, of a phase of Jesus, bring it in kind of a thing. And also, I want to say just take a breather. Take a breather. And I know we often don't want to hear this, but gratitude is like immensely important. It also will make your life so much easier, like when you step into the place of appreciating what you have around you, like even the small things, for example, that you're healthy, which is not small at all actually, that you're breathing, that your heart is beating, or that you can live in a beautiful place, or that you know, you can make a fire, whatever it is for you, right? That you can be by the ocean, that there's, you know, the ocean readily available for you, stuff like that. Like that's incredible, and we often lose sight of it because we're here, you know, and so we kind of don't see how beautiful it is around us, and it often just comes into place. Think about if you're going on a holiday, right? That's when you usually get to see and experience everything. The food tastes different. The food is just like, oh my God, it's so good. And then when you recook it at home, it's not the same, but it will give you kind of like an experience like that. But it's never the same like it is on a holiday, right? So be on a holiday, I want to say. Take a little break, and you can take the holiday, bring it to you too. Like if you don't have the means to go on an actual holiday, I want to say just bring the holiday to you. Experience everything in the present moment. Buy yourself an apple or a peach or whatever it is, and then really look at it, smell it. Like what does it taste like in your mouth? Like that's an experience all in itself. And if you do it slowly enough and really engage your senses into it, it's an incredible experience, right? And stuff like that really catapults you almost like to not a different dimension, but definitely to a different place, and to a place of appreciation and gratitude. All right, my dear Capricorns, we're going to take this over to Patreon, where you will find the rest of your reading if you're interested. I have no idea what's to come, which is interesting too, because sometimes we kind of get an idea, okay, this is where we're going to go, what we're going to look into, but not so here, because it's really like there's something coming and I can feel it, but I don't know at all what it is going to be or how the cards are going to fall. There's different options, I feel, so there may also be, excuse me please, a choice that may be laying ahead here for you, but we'll look into this, okay? I'll pull more cards if you're interested. It's 11.11 a month. The link to Patreon is down below, and it's for the whole month, so not just this extended, but every extended that is created within that month, and every extended that has been created since the start of the channel. There are hundreds of readings over on Patreon. There's also workshops over on Patreon that you'll be able to access as well, just with that, and you can have a look into it and try it out, and you can cancel at any time. All right, my dear friends, I love you very much. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll take it over to Patreon. I hope this served you well. Much, much love to all of you. I'll see you soon. Bye.